Welcome to Gifted Underachievers, the podcast for mid-level creatives with delusional ambitions. In this segment, Pat and James discuss the great Gifted Underachievers creative contest experiment. There is a moment of excitement followed by a moment of disappointment, and what we have both learned so far, which is a lot. Also, James says no after being named a finalist to the Esteem Camp of Literary Contests.
Hey, James,
Yes, Pat.
what's going on? You're wiggling in your chair.
I'm kind of always wiggly
You are.
when I get, especially when I get kind of excited about something or upset about something.
Ooh, what are you excited about or upset about?
Well, I'm excited and upset
Oh, geez. What happened?
regarding our literary contest experiment.
Yeah, yeah.
So the exciting piece is a short story of mine was named or listed as a finalist in a short story competition that I feel like was probably fairly competitive, maybe.
How great.
Um, so I got the email and I was like, oh, hallelujah.
Wow,
This
congratulations.
is awesome. And they said, and because you're a finalist, we're going to publish the story in the contest edition and all this kind of stuff.
Wow.
I went to the website to see, kind of more broadly what is this about, and found out I was one of 53 finalists.
53.
53,
That's
5-3.
that's a long list. That's not a
That
finalist
is
list.
a ridiculous list of
Yeah.
fine. That is almost like, I mean, I imagine they probably got, I don't know what the average is for any of these contests, but I would assume like 100,
Maybe a couple
maybe
hundred. Yeah, I
couple
don't know the
hundred, something like that.
publication. That's ridiculous.
Huh. And so, yeah, so I was like, that's silliness. And it really didn't feel like winning at all. And
No.
so I wrote back and I said, you know what? I really like this story and I'd like to try and place it somewhere else. So please do not publish it. But thank you for naming me as a finalist.
Yeah.
You
Did
know,
you
I
tell them that you thought 53 finalists was bogus?
I did. I did.
Yeah.
I said it's one thing if I'm one of three, five, or 10, but to be one of 53 really doesn't speak to anything.
I mean the balls, calling that long a list finalists, that's not even a normal thing. In any
No.
time I've been a finalist, the max is six.
Yeah. I've seen 10,
Yeah, 10, okay. Okay,
but
10 finalists
but
stretching.
usually three,
Yeah,
five,
yeah.
you know, that not more than that. So this, yeah, I mean, this felt excessive, and I don't know what their thinking is behind it. So I'm not really criticizing them in
Mm.
particular, but I do feel like, I'm proud of the story. I think it's a good story. I would rather place it somewhere else.
Yeah, you know what? I admire your attitude because I'm thinking, okay, well, naming 53 finalists means 53 people will buy that issue. That wouldn't before. And they'll probably buy more than one to give to their mom or, whatever.
Yeah.
So it's like, well, that's one way to guarantee sales is to just call everybody a finalist, but maybe I'm
Yeah.
cynical. I don't
Well,
know.
it feels like the esteem camp of literary contests.
Everyone gets a ribbon.
Yeah, everyone's a winner.
Ah,
Yeah, so I just was like, I mean, it's cool and it's not, I'm not seeing it as a bad thing, and I don't think they're pulling a stunt necessarily, but at the same time, all right, nice. You've got your 52 other people, use them, but
yeah.
I'm gonna hang on to, I want to keep ownership of my story, see if I can get it published somewhere else.
I think that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
How about you? Any
Huh?
good
Well, I tell you, I got myself into a hot lather on November 30th, which was last Sunday. I had three possible contests on the docket, all due that day, all of which I had already picked the item to submit. However, I ended up submitting to one because one of them required a synopsis of the project. It was a novella, but it was called So this was Excerpt magazine, and they publish what they would like to be standalone excerpts from novels or novellas, longer works, and they require an a synopsis. And my problem was that as I reread the piece to write the synopsis, I thought, this is a piece of shit. I shouldn't even bother sending this anywhere. And then, and also making it standalone was actually quite difficult because it's part of a novella, right? It's your responsibility as a writer of longer things to drop threads in that will play out over time. And so
Hmm.
standalone to me seems like a weird thing to do as an excerpt. And then there was
Yeah.
another one, same date, L'Esprit Literary Review. Once again, I thought you got some big balls on you, Dobie, for thinking you could enter this contest for the Leopold Bloom Prize for innovative narration. And I looked at their past winners and I looked at what they were publishing and I thought, it doesn't seem that innovative to me, but it
Yeah.
does seem very young. So I don't know. I don't know. Anyway, so I didn't do that one, but I actually wrote two synopses for excerpt because I have a bunch of novellas just from
uh,
writing one every year. And when I did the second synopses, I had to reread that novella, and I realized it was actually pretty good. So I submitted the whole manuscript to Alternating Current Press, which was asking for book length fiction, and they wanted long novellas, and that novella was like around 25,000 words, which is not very long for the form. But I threw it out. I thought, well, it's 12.99 to enter, whatever. And
yeah,
they
well,
give
what's the upper end of a novella? 40,000?
40. Yeah,
Okay.
but I mean the 18 is the lower end, so it's
Yeah.
on the lower end. I don't know, whatever. I just said it was more about not disappointing myself, not letting myself down than it was about thinking I had a chance. So that one's out there, and they say it'll take 6 months to hear back, which is great because I had no plans for that novella in the next 6 months. And that's my update. The next ones I have one, two, three, four, potentially five for
Ah,
December.
well,
Novels, novellas, but theirs is minimum 45,000 words. I'd have to pull something magnificent out of my ass to make that. Um, Standalone novel excerpt again, very difficult to do a standalone novella award, and a novel award, it's open till next May, so I was hoping I'd get one of my novel manuscripts in better shape in order to submit to that one.
wow. That's a long lead time. And then how long generally until results are announced?
I haven't done even the research for these because the first one I don't qualify for it. I'm too busy with work deadlines. That's the minimum
Mhm.
45,000 words, unless I go revise a novel. The second one, yeah, I haven't researched, so I don't actually know. I didn't write down their turnaround time yet, but I'll tell you, they're pretty cheap. $3.50 USD to enter, seven US
Really?
dollars, 20 US bucks. And then the other two are from the UK, so they could be long, they'll be in
Yeah.
euros, but I didn't write them down.
Yeah. Well, short story ones tend to be about 20, $25.
Yeah, it's because
Um,
literary journals are not the same as these people who publish novels and
yeah.
novellas.
So it's interesting that you're sending them a lot more work and it's about, it's a little less or about the same
Yeah,
in
yeah.
terms of
Oh, it's less. I mean, $7 is a lot less than
yeah,
20.
well, $7, yeah, but the $20,
Yeah, yeah.
kind of cool.
Thank you.
So
I think it's, yeah.
I would say, one lesson learned is if you have a longer piece and you think, oh, it's going to cost a lot of money to enter this into a contest. No, maybe not.
Yeah,
Look around.
yeah. There's lots out
Yeah.
there.
Yeah. And there are those contests that really are a steam camp where pretty much everybody wins. And the entry fees for those, though, tend to be rather expensive.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. There seems to be a connection between, esteem camp and entry fee, which is kind of interesting. How much did it cost you to
yeah.
enter that contest you just finalized in?
$20, maybe
Yeah, so
25, but
yeah,
20 for
yeah.
sure, at
I've
least.
got I've got a whole pretty solid list for next year, and I've got a whole bunch that I haven't had time to research the URLs for, maybe another 10.
Mhm.
So I think I'm going to be pretty busy with this
Yeah.
contest, more so than with the damn grant experiments, because they're so much quicker. Like, yeah, I had to write a
Yeah.
synopsis, but I've got the synopsis, right?
Yeah. Well, and not only that, it's based on work that you've already created.
Yeah.
So instead of having to write like this whole application for a grant, it's I already got the story. I've already got the cover letter because, you just generate all that stuff pretty quickly.
Yeah.
And so everything's ready to go. It's just finding the contests that I feel like align with the work and that I don't feel like is a scam. So
Yeah, and I don't have to describe myself as a neurospice pansexual in order to get a leg up.
Wow.
Not that I was doing that. Woo! Like
That is
recently.
quoting from her dating website.
I'm not on a dating website. I told you there's a
Yeah. Yeah,
boatload of
good
high
luck
school
looking.
dudes.
You're not gonna find her.
Don't even try.
All right.
Okay.
Till next time.
Sigma Rizzler out.
Thanks for listening to Gifted Underachievers, the podcast for mid-level creatives with delusional ambitions. We'd love to hear how we're doing, so please leave a comment, join our chat page, or send us an email at giftedunderachievers@substack.com. You can find us on Spotify, iTunes, and anywhere else you like to download your podcasts. Also, please hit the share and or subscribe button. It really does help a lot. Also, just tell your friends. We're out here. We're having a good time. Lots of information. And we'd love for you to join us too. If you have an idea for a segment or you would like to be interviewed and join the discussion with us, please feel free to reach out. Send us an email. We'd love to hear from you and we'd love to have you on the show. So take care and have an awesome day.